This is part 3 of a 3-part guide. If you haven't seen the first 2 parts yet, click the links in the description to get yourself caught up, as I will be assuming you've watched both of them prior to this one. Hello everyone, I'm Luxin, and welcome to the final part of my introduction to competitive Splatoon. This time will be a little different than the last 2, as instead of explaining something related to the game itself, I'll be talking about how Splatoon teams and tournaments work and how you can get involved in the community if you're interested. If there's any takeaway you get from this video, it's that a Discord account is essential to being a member of the Western competitive Splatoon community. If you don't know, Discord is a voice and text chat app for mobile and PC that allows you to create servers with different text and voice channels, and invite other users to join them. Most teams and tournaments have their own servers. Teams use them for communication, planning, and voice chat while playing together, while tournaments regulate organization, questions and concerns, communication between opponents, and reporting of game scores through their servers. I'll be talking about a few useful servers for beginners later on in the video, so it might be a good idea to make an account now if you're interested. There is no exact definition of the Splatoon team, as each one is different. In essence, however, it's a group of people dedicated to improving at competitive Splatoon who enter tournaments together. Not every team is a long-standing commitment, though, as groups of friends who are not necessarily on the same team enter tournaments as pickup squads all the time. They must have at least 4 members to actually have a full 4v4 match, but most have more than that, since it's hard to coordinate practices with just 4 people, and most tournaments have bigger roster caps than 4 to allow substituting players. Some bigger teams also split into multiple smaller rosters in order to enter multiple groups in tournaments and give more people chances to play. Voice chat is used by most teams in order to coordinate which weapons and roles people will be playing, as well as callouts while in a game. Callouts are short bursts of dialogue to convey something important to your teammates, like, "I killed someone," "Splattershot on objective," or "My special is ready." There are also location-based callouts for every section of every map to easily allow players to communicate where they're going or where enemies are. I've left a link to a set of those map callouts in the description. Teams usually practice in 2 ways. The first is the game's squad battle mode, which lets you play the ranked modes in teams with friends. The second is by having scrimmages, or scrims. These can be either in-house, with all members of the same team, or against another team, and are held using Splatoon's private battle feature to mimic a tournament set. Many teams also have Twitter accounts to keep fans up to date on when their members are streaming practice or tournaments, as well as their latest placements. Due to the small size of the Western community, and Splatoon's nature as an online shooter, the vast majority of tournaments are online-based, to the point where only the 3rd American LAN event with a tournament attended by many top players will be taking place about a month from the writing of this script. Most take place on weekends, but an increasing number of weeknight series have been cropping up over time as well. Practically every tournament is a one-day affair, with the notable exception of the Inkstorm series, though longer ones can push the 8-hour mark. A good thing about the large number of tournament organizers involved in the scene is the variety of tournament formats used. Round-robin groups to single elimination bracket, and double elimination all the way are probably the most common ones, but I've seen tournaments that were single elim or Swiss groups for the whole thing before, among others. There's also Leagues Under the Ink, which is effectively a giant round-robin to elimination bracket tournament where teams play one set with another team in their group a week for 8 weeks before a playoff tournament for group winners. As I mentioned in the first part, Turf War is usually exempt from tournaments, the recent US Inkling Open being an exception, which is most likely because it was organized by BattleFi and not a community member. Brackets are usually visible online with a site like Challenge or the aforementioned BattleFi. Tournament sets are usually never just one game, and the amount of games per set also varies by tournament. Best of 3 and best of 5 sets are common, though BO7 isn't unheard of for a final round, and Leagues Under the Ink sets are BO9. Most tournaments will allow substituting players in between games in a set, as long as the host of the lobby isn't one of the players subbing out. Like teams, many ongoing tournament series have their own Twitter accounts for posting updates. So what do you do if you want to become part of the competitive community? Both Twitter and Discord are good places to start, as you can interact with players through them. You can also browse the Splatoon tag on Twitch, And if you see someone with a team name in their stream title, take a look at the stream and maybe try to get involved in chat. Squidboards.com is the website for the Splatoon community, and includes forums, guides, and multiple ways to interact with other community members, and is a good way to keep up with tournament announcements if you don't have Twitter. I've included a list of good Discord servers for beginners in the description. These include Coral Reef, a server explicitly designed for newcomers with tons of resources that can teach you more advanced things about the game after you're done learning the basics in these videos, as well as plenty of experienced players, including me, willing to help. The Looking for Games server, pretty much exactly what you'd think. A server where you go if you're tired of playing solo and want to squad up, or have a private battle with other players. Splatournaments, a completely read-only server that updates whenever new tournaments are announced, and keeps all the upcoming ones in one place for easy access. Fresh Team Maker and Splatoon Recruitment and Free Agency, both servers where teams go to recruit members, and where players go to look for teams. You can also find links to many team and tournament servers through their Twitter pages, and you'll just naturally find your way to more servers by sticking around Discord for a while. Your server list will probably expand the more you dive into the community. That's it for this video, and the guide as a whole, but be sure to subscribe so you can catch more Splatoon and Splatoon 2 content later down the road, as well as all my other gaming videos. Links to my Twitter and Twitch are in the description, so follow those if you want updates on when I'm streaming Splatoon. I also left my Discord information there in case you want to talk to me directly. Thanks for watching, and I hope I was able to get you interested in competitive Splatoon if you've never heard of it before, or taught you something new if you have. I hope to see you all in-game someday, but until then, this is Luxin, signing off, and remember to stay fresh.